Good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna. And this morning, as you can see, I am on the road and I want to raise this question. What part of faith don't you understand? What part of faith don't you understand? I'll say it again. What part of faith don't you understand? That's what we're talking about on this morning. And it's so good to see everybody on this morning. As you can see, I am on the road. I am on the road out here trying to spread the gospel and speak to leadership development, church growth, all around the country where anybody will have me. And just so happens I am in my home state, the beautiful state of North Carolina, God's country, baby. You already know. You already know. I'm fruitful in the Midwest, but I'm telling you, my roots are still here in the East Coast, North Kakalaki, baby. You already know. So that's what we're traveling on right now, doing the book, doing some leadership development, doing some church growth, all of those kinds of things. And it's good to be here. Good to be here. I'm going to greet some folk this morning. But as you come on, I just want to raise the question. Do you guys hear me? I want to make sure you hear me. Do you hear me? I want to make sure that. But just want to raise that question this morning. What part of faith don't you understand? What part of faith don't you understand? What part of faith don't you understand? Let's greet some people and get right to it on this morning. Good morning, Ramona. How are you? Ella, how are you? Z, how are you? Deacon Joe, how are you on this morning? Laura, how are you? Yvonne, how are you on this morning? Minister Sent, how are you on this morning? Cece, how are you doing on this morning? Vicky, how are you on this morning? Joelle, how are you? Jacqueline, how are you on this morning? Good to see everybody on this morning. Good morning, Elder Mobley. How are you, Brother Pope? How you doing on this morning? Dawn, how are you? Anna, how are you on this morning? Verena, how are you? Star is in the house. Star is in the house. I just want to make sure. Do y'all hear me? Let me know. Let me hear me. Yes, okay. Brother Pope saying he's hear me. All right, Peggy, how are you on this morning? Verena, how are you doing on this morning? Again, Deborah, how are you on this morning? That's right. I'm out here. Yes, as they say, I'm outside. Literally. How about that? Literally, I am outside here and I'm in my home state. Actually, I'm in my hometown. Can you believe that or not? I'm in my hometown and doing some leadership development, church growth piece, selling my book, and all of those things. You already know. Good morning, Vaughn. Yvonne, how are you on this morning? Gerald, how are you on this morning? Dan the man, how are you on this morning? Lima Charlie, that's right, loud and clear. How about that? How about that? Let me greet some more folk this morning. Eugenia Hendricks, how are you? If it's your first, second, or third time joining us, let us know who you are, where you are, so we can shout you out. Thank you for being a part of our Morning Manna fam. We do this every weekday morning, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. It's 9 o'clock here Eastern Standard Time. You already know that. Good morning. And how are you? Ori, how are you? LaFawn, how are you on this morning? Samara, how are you on this? Well, Samara, did I miss you Sunday? I'm not sure. It's thrown under the bus time. You know me. Good morning, Anna. How are you on this morning? Linda, how are you? Brenda, sister, come on. Daughter, I already know what that is. Pamela, how are you on this morning? Cynthia, how are you guys on this morning? Felicia, Elder Jan, how are you all on this morning? Save merciful travel for me, please. Lift me up in prayer as we try to reach out and speak about leadership development, church growth right here. Actually, today is week a part of it, anyhow. It's in my hometown. So, you all ready for the manna? I'm ready to share it. And this morning's manna, it's all about this whole question of really what part of faith don't you understand? What part of faith don't you understand?
Good morning and welcome to Morning Manna, where in 5 minutes or less, you're going to get an impartation with the text, the talk, and the takeaway. Join the Morning Manna fam every weekday morning at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Don't forget to put in the chat the revelation that you get and share the manna. Now, let's get ready to have some manna so you can make it through your day.
What part of faith don't you understand? Here's the text. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Let's put it in context and give the talk about the text before we give you the takeaway. Faith is not complicated, listen, but it is costly. The writer of Hebrews makes it plain. Faith has substance, it's not wishful thinking. Faith has evidence, it testifies even when you can't yet trace it. Still, many of us wrestle with faith like it's algebra, when really it's just simply obedience plus trust. Obedience plus trust. Get that? What part of faith don't we understand? We get frustrated when we can't see the whole blueprint. But that's not how God works. Faith doesn't demand a full explanation, it demands a firm expectation. Let me say that again. Faith does not demand a full explanation, but a full expectation. Like Abraham leaving home without GPS coordinates, or Peter stepping out on water without a life jacket, faith moves forward when the details are still hidden. Listen, grab this. Faith is God's invitation for us to stop trying to control the outcome. It's not that you don't understand faith, it's that sometimes you don't want to surrender unto faith. Three things I want you to get. Three things. Here they are. One, faith requires risk. If it's safe, it's not faith. Two, faith releases rest. Stop stressing, start resting about what God has already settled. Stop stressing, start resting in what God has already settled. Three, faith rewards resilience. Keep standing, even when you don't see it. And when you finish standing, stand. That's what Paul said in the book of Ephesians. So, what's your takeaway this morning? Faith is not about what you understand, it's about who you trust. It's not cognitive, it's in my heart that I trust Him. The Lord be with you today. May His face shine upon you and give you peace. If this bless you, bless somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. Share the manna. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more morning manna. God bless you.